Hello and welcome to my book talk on the middle grade book called Alone by Freeman. It is a novel written in verse about a 12-year-old girl named Maddie who mysteriously has discovered she is all alone after a natural disaster causes her entire town to vanish. It is an amazing book, and the way it's written, even though it is a novel in verse or poetry form, it is absolutely riveting, and I can see a lot of children really enjoying reading this book. I'm going to read a few passages from it to give you some idea on what it is about. So 24 hours ago, she was sitting in school surrounded by classmates and teachers and custodians. She went to the grocery store and navigated busy streets full of traffic. Horns honked and people shopped, biked, stood in line, ate ice cream, played in the splash fountain. Now the only sounds come from the house or the natural world. The refrigerator hums, birds sing, the house fan kicks on, but not a single car, helicopter, or plane or person can be found. There are no voices out in the street, no basketball dribbling in the Norton's driveway next door, no kabum, kabum, kabum of a skateboarder cruising over cracks in the sidewalk. Not a single human sound, just clocks ticking and dogs barking. And she discovers that the only creatures around are the natural life and the animals that were abandoned by her community in her town. She tries to forget that she is completely, entirely alone. She does discover George, a Rottweiler that was abandoned as well, and I feel like children in this situation, especially in California when they had all those wildfires and the tornadoes lately, they may have felt completely alone if they couldn't find their family, if they've been separated. And I feel like this book is an important one to read, especially now, given all of those kinds of situations. And finding George the Rottweiler in this book was a really strong theme for me, because when she was abandoned, she didn't have anybody, and she couldn't find anybody. Her family, they wouldn't answer their phones. Their phones had been abandoned. She found them, and but she found George, and George found her, and they were both abandoned, and they were trying to discover what it means to live in this world. And then there was an evacuation, and another quote from this book that was really important. The animals around me are living their lives just as they always have in nature. Nothing has changed for them. Can one lone girl be a civilization all by herself? That is a very important question that I think many of us ask, not just children. So this book is written in such a way that the adventure, you can really feel it, and it's not boring in any way. I know that a lot of children can avoid poetry, but I feel like this one is very important. It won a lot of awards as well, in Colorado specifically, and the High Plains Award, and it's just a very, very good book. Thank you for joining me. Have a good one.